watch it burn. Black leather jacket stained with the rain, veins full of lightning, head full of pain. The ignition screamed like a demon in chains, 1,000 wild horses running through my veins. I left the altar at the edge of the town, burned all the bridges, never looked down. The skyline is fading to a bruise in the sky. I'm chasing the devil, gonna look in his eye. I'm rolling heavy on asphalt and brimstone, heart carved of granite, a chest made of limestone. No looking back at the wreckage I made. I'm shifting the gears on this dark crusade. Yeah, the fire is gone, the wheels gotta spin. I'm paying the toll with a pocket of sin. Ride on through the asphalt and brimstone. Ride on till I make it my own. The white lines are blurring like a feverish dream, ripping the silence with a high-octane scream. I traded my halo for a tank full of lead, leaving the living to bury the dead. The wind is a razor cutting the cold, a story of ruin that's never been told. I'm faster than judgment, I'm quicker than fate, crashing the party at the pearly gate. I'm rolling heavy on asphalt and brimstone, heart carved of granite, a chest made of limestone. No looking back at the wreckage I made. I'm shifting the gears on this dark crusade. Yeah, the fire is calling, the wheels gotta spin. I'm paying the toll with a pocket of sin. Ride on through the asphalt and brimstone. Ride on till I make it my own. Shadows are reaching from the ditch to the wheel, trying to bargain, trying to steal. But I am the hammer and the road is the nail, a fugitive soul on a one-way rail. The reaper is hitching a ride in the back. We're tearing up ground on this desolate track. He tells me the journey is the only reward when you're cutting the corn with a silver sword. They say the destination is a lie. We believe, just a trick up the sleeve. But I feel the heat rising through the floor, and I'm kicking down the door. Yeah, I'm kicking down the door. So bury the compass, forget where I've been. I'm shedding my skin like a serpent again. The headlight is piercing the belly at night. Everything wrong is suddenly right. No map for the lost, no prayer for the thief, just the smell of the exhaust and a cold relief. I'm one with the machine, I'm one with the road, bearing the weight of this infinite load. I'm rolling heavy on asphalt and brimstone, heart carved of granite, a chest made of limestone. No looking back at the wreckage I've made. I'm shifting the gears on this dark crusade. Yeah, the fire is calling, the wheels gotta spin. I'm paying the toll with a pocket of sin. Ride on through the asphalt and brimstone. Ride on till I make it my own. Asphalt and brimstone. Yeah, burn it down. Don't look back. Just ride.
inside my chest and a shadow on my mark. I had a tank full of rebellion and a map drawn out in lies, chasing down the empty promises beneath the smoky skies. My jacket was my armor and my silence was my shield. I thought I owned the pavement and the harvest of the field, but the engine started stalling when I met the truth one day, and the lightning struck the asphalt, washing all the grease away. Now I'm riding on the gravel to glory, rewriting every line of my story. I traded in the brimstone for a fire pure and sweet. I shook the heavy shackles off my weary walking feet. No more paying tolls with the coins of my regret. I'm headed for a kingdom where the sun has never set. Yeah, the path is getting brighter and the spirit's taking hold. I'm riding on the gravel to glory, turning dust into gold. The deceiver tried to flag me down a dozen miles back. He was standing at the crossroads with his heavy canvas sack. He said, I got a little shortcut that'll save you all the pain. But I saw the chains he carried and I left them in the rain. I don't need a hitchhiker with a ledger full of debt. I've got a co-pilot who hasn't failed me yet. The rearview mirror is broken cause I don't need to see the wreckage of the person that I used to try to be. They told me that the journey was a circle to the grave, that a sinner on the run was one that nobody could save. But they didn't know the power of the one who holds the keys, who can bring a speeding locomotive down upon its knees. I felt the stony heart of limestone crumble into dust, replaced by something beating with a rhythm I can trust. The oil stains are gone and the white robe is on. I'm driving through the darkness to the breaking of the dawn. So rev it up, you brothers and you sisters, climb on board. We're tearing down the fences with the power of the Lord. The destination's waiting and the banquet table spread. We're leaving all the doubting and the dying and the dead. There's a celebration calling from the other side of town, where the weary travelers lay their heavy burdens down. The windshield view is perfect and the air is crisp and clear. We're accelerating out of the valley of our fear. Now I'm riding on the gravel to glory, rewriting every line of my story. I traded in the brimstone for a fire pure and sweet. I shook the heavy shackles off my weary walking feet. No more paying tolls with the coins of my regret. I'm headed for a kingdom where the sun is never set. Yeah, the path is getting brighter and the spirit's taking hold. I'm riding on the gravel to glory, turning dust into gold. Can you feel the ground shaking? Yeah. Can you see the walls breaking? Yeah. We are moving, we are flying. No more hiding, no more crying. No more crying. Gravel to glory, rewriting every line of my story. I traded in the brimstone for a fire pure and sweet. I shook the heavy shackles off my weary walking feet. No more paying tolls with the coins of my regret. I'm headed for a kingdom where the sun has never set. Yeah, the path is getting brighter and the spirit's taking hold. I'm riding on the gravel to glory, turning dust into gold. Gravel to glory, coming home, Lord. Gravel to glory, keep those wheels turning. Whoa, yeah, we're home. Whoa, yeah, we're home. Whoa, 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 yeah, we're home.
The rain don't wash it away. It just slicks a path to hell. Ignition.
Run it red till the pistons bleed. Run it red is the only prayer I need. The shattered glass on the driveway, moonlight caught in the shards. I folded my hand. Yeah, I burned up the deck of cards. This V8 engine and shivering, cold steel waking from sleep. I've got a promise to break and a soul that I just can't keep. The smell of ozone and sulfur is hanging thick in the air, leaving the ruins behind me. And honey, I don't care. I'm screaming out for blacktop baptism tonight. Bathe me in gasoline, set the horizon alight. The holy water, just oil and the asphalt heat. Salvation is found where the rubber and the ruin meet. Yeah, I'm driving fast enough to leave my shadow behind, seeking a blacktop baptism, the only peace I'll find. White lines are serpent, they're coiling around my brain. I'm trading my sorrow, high octane hurricane. The needle is buried deep in the red of the gauge. I'm writing the ending, tearing out every page. There's a wraith in the passenger seat, but it don't say a word, just points to the darkness, grim as a carrion bird. I'm screaming out for blacktop baptism tonight. Bathe me in gasoline, set the horizon alight. No holy water, just oil and the asphalt heat. Salvation is found where the rubber and the ruin meet. Yeah, I'm driving fast enough to leave my shadow behind, seeking a blacktop baptism, the only peace I'll find. They say judgment is coming, waiting down by the bend, but I'll crash through the pearly gates before I let this in. Let the radiator hiss, let the manifold crack. There ain't no forgiveness for looking back. I am the fuel and the fire, the spark and the fuel. Past the church with its windows boarded up tight and blind. Even God knows there's nothing on this highway to find. My knuckles are white as a bone, gripping the wheel like a throat. I'm casting off anchor, cutting the rope on a boat. The city is fading, a bruise on the jaw of the sky. I'm learning exactly what it feels like to die. Now the dawn is a rumor, a lie told by the east. I'm sitting at the table, the main course of the beast. But the engine is singing a hymn made of iron and rust, grinding the memories down into gravel and dust. I'm pure momentum, a bullet without a gun. I'll never stop running until the damage is done. I'm screaming out for a blacktop baptism tonight. Bathe me in gasoline, set the horizon alight. No holy water, just oil and the asphalt heat. Salvation is found where the rubber and the ruin meet. Yeah, I'm driving fast enough to leave my shadow behind, seeking a blacktop baptism, the only peace I'll find. Wash it away, just oil and heat. Yeah, bury the needle, baptize